weird just happened, and it happened, I taught a class on this past Tuesday as well. And I've done the same thing ever since we started. And both times, for some reason, it wouldn't let me connect. So I'm not sure why, but anyhow, I tried again and we're good. So welcome, good morning, everyone. My name is Lael Kankar, and welcome to one of our List With Me Live Saturday sessions. I was thinking about it this morning, you guys, it's been a hot minute since we did a live Saturday. 2 weeks ago, I was teaching all day Saturday, Sunday virtually, and so we did, oh, we're crooked. Let's try that. So we did a live Friday night, and then last weekend I was out of town, so we did Saturday, but we did a pre-recorded Saturday. So here we are again live, which is fun. Seems like forever since we've done a live. I am a little bit, well, dressed up for Halloween as far as, oh, golly. Okay, anyhow, don't mind me. Halloween colors. So I was gonna dress up and I thought, yeah, no, too much, can't do it. So welcome, we're here on Halloween, which is kind of fun. And in normal circumstances, Halloween on a Saturday night would be really fun, but we're not under normal circumstances, are we? Yesterday, you know how on your cell phone when an Amber Alert comes out and a lot of times makes that really awful noise, and we're kind of a little bit desensitized to it because we think Amber Alert, but which is so important, but generally, well, anyhow. So yesterday here in Utah, the noise goes off on your cell phone, and I pick up my phone to look, and it's not an Amber Alert, it is a COVID alert. Here in Utah, the cases are skyrocketing. Not only are the cases skyrocketing, but the hospitalizations are skyrocketing, which is really what the issue is. So they do things a little bit differently in Utah. They're saying everyone needs to wear a mask in high-risk areas, but they didn't really define what a high-risk area was. So, but now gatherings back down to 10 people. So, guys, we want all this to be over. We want everybody healthy and safe, and we want it all to be over. So I'm getting a little now PTSD whenever those little alerts go off on our cell phones, because the last time that happened, actually it's happened 2 times this year during COVID, and they both were for earthquake alerts. So kind of crazy. Anyhow, let's get back on topic. When I say let me get back on topic and why we're here today. So we have 3 lists that we will be working on together. As always, if you'd like to work on your list with me, you can. I have included a list of the topics on my blog, and I also have included a list of the topics, well, a link to the blog post in the description of the video. So you can always see what the topics are ahead of time, at least the night before. Just depends kind of on where my mind is and everything else that's going on. So if you don't already subscribe to my channel, that is a great way to know when I have new videos and new classes coming up. So if you click the subscribe button and then also click the little bell, you'll be notified. If you go to my website, then you'll also be notified when I send out emails. And I always send out an email at least the night before, the day before, with a link to the list topics. So those are a couple of different ways to make sure that you are on track and know what is coming. I mentioned the description in the video. So I always include lots and lots and lots of links and information in the description of the video down below. So you'll find tons of hyperlinks. Some are to products that I'm using that I sell on my website. Others are to products that you can find in other spots. Those products that you can find in other spots, just so you are aware, those were affiliate links. So if you click on those and purchase, then I receive a little something. Doesn't change your price at all. It's just helps me to continue do what I'm doing every Saturday. All right, are we ready? I am going to flip the camera and I'm going to turn on the lights so we can all see what I'm doing. I'm also following along on my iPad so I can kind of see what you guys are doing. And when I say what you guys are doing, if you are new to these sessions and you are watching live, there is a live chat. that takes place over on the right-hand side of the screen. So lots of people will type, and chat. It's a super friendly bunch. So if you have never hopped on the chat before, I encourage you to do so because it's fun. Now, I know some of you just like to lurk and kind of read and see what's going on, and that's fine as well. Any way that you're here, whether you are watching live, participating in the chat, or not participating in the chat, or you are watching the replay, I would so appreciate it if you would thumbs up to the video. That is so important to the way all of the algorithms work. So the thumbs up is important, assuming that you like what you are seeing. Okay, now flip the video. So everyone hang on tight. When we do this, we all go for a little ride, so hang on. Whee! Oh, I'm getting so good at that. I'd have to say that because any of you that were watching me in the early days, when I was still figuring all this out, way back in the early days, like March of this year, COVID, Sam was very instrumental, my son, well, one of our sons, Sam, was very instrumental in kind of helping me navigate all the things because all the things were a little crazy. Okay, so I first have to show you guys something that I just got such a kick out of. Most of you know our little friend Scatter the Squirrel, and Scatter the Squirrel joined us in the early days of COVID when I was doing the classes because I would get sidetracked and I would squirrel and I'd talk about, you know, all kinds of different things that had nothing to do really with what we were working on. So lots of you are so sweet. You send me little memes and you tag me on Facebook when you see little squirrel things. Well, last weekend, I had an opportunity to see one of you in person. And that was my friend Anna. And you guys, Anna brought me the cutest little thing. And I just had to share. And it has been named. Its name is Chippy. So look at this. This Christmas tree ornament that is squirrel. Is that not the cutest thing? So that is Chippy, and now Chippy is hanging from my little stand here. So now we have Chippy and Scatter, and they are just joining us. The scary thing about Chippy is he's a really big squirrel, so I guess if I go on a really big squirrel, then Chippy comes out. All right, so what I'd like to start out with is showing how, now I've got little straw everywhere. That's okay, it's Halloween, it kind of works with the decor here, right? So let me just readjust us because we're going to need a little bit more room. I can already tell. Oh yes, I know what I was saying. Oh, there's my other pen. You guys, well, as always, I'm a little going in lots of different directions today. So I always like to start out by looking at the completed spreads from our prior week's class. A couple of you had reached out and said, hey, it'd be really awesome if you would show us those because we don't always see them on social media or we're not on social media or what have you. You couldn't find the video. Okay, you guys, so hang on because I know what I did. I just need to fix that really fast or we're going to have issues. Hang on. I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me fix that. Oh, come on. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just trying to. Why? Why won't it let me change that? So here's the deal. Because I'm live, I don't think it will let me change that. So hopefully everyone can find it through the email. And if not, I will have to go back and fix it after the fact. Gosh darn it, I hate it when that happens. Okay. So we are going back to last week, rewinding just very quickly, and I thought I would just show you how the two memory keeping spreads that I worked on last week turned out. So this is the first spread, and this was a spread that I did using the Avenue products, and darn it, I wish I could, yeah, I wish I could fix it, but I can't while we're working, guys. Well, anyone that's here, you guys already know, you found it. We're just going to be having some sad Nellies that can't find it. Anyhow, so this is the spread that I did last week, one of the two, and I used products from the Avenue collection and did a little photo of my friend Vicky and did some journaling in the library card pocket, just talking about our friendship and how well we get along and how similar we are. And even though we live in different countries and on different coasts, so I live closer to, oh, you know what, Michelle, if you would do that, let's see, I don't know if you can try. If you want to try, that would be awesome. So just talking about our friendship, she lives on the east coast of Canada and I live towards the west coast of the US. So we're far, far apart, but just a wonderful dear friend. So I wanted to document that as part of my memory keeping. And what I wanted to point out here, you guys, this is a photo from a couple of years ago. And I just dropped it right in the middle of one of my memory keeping traveler's notebooks that we've started earlier this summer. So it does not have to be chronological. Things don't have to be chronological. I kind of had to let go of that years and years and years ago when I started memory keeping or scrapbooking. Because if I held myself to things that were only chronological, then I would be constantly behind. And a lot of times you may not be inspired by a particular photo that you're looking at from 20 years ago that you still need to memory keep. So you have my permission. It is absolutely okay to do all of your memory keeping completely out of order, out of date order. Does not have to be chronological. However, with that said, if you do that, I recommend that you, did I even do this? Oh, I did. That you date, right? So here at the bottom of my little library card, I have dated this spread. So if you date the spread, then that way it doesn't matter if things are out of chronological order. Another thing I think sometimes it kind of holds people up is that, well, when you're doing that, do you date the date that you put this together and the date that you did your little journaling or storytelling, or do you date the photo? And in this case, I just dated this month. I dated it last weekend, as opposed to dating the photo. Now, here's the thing. This was a couple years ago, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to matter if my journaling says 10/20/20 and this photo happened to be like July of 2018, right? We can't get so caught up in a lot of those little details, or else sometimes those little details are paralyzing. Okay, so that was the first spread. The second spread, and it's not much different, really, you guys, since I did these live. They really aren't much different than how I ended our session last week. This one's a little bit different just in that I added all the journaling. And I had so much fun at putting this one together. So if you have missed either of those were both on last week's. They were both on last week's, video. So yes, a couple people you're hopping in saying that you couldn't find it on my YouTube channel, and that is correct. It is unlisted. I did not intend to make it unlisted. So I think we're going to have a much smaller group today than we normally do. Yes, Facebook, we can find it. We can find it through the email. You can find it through my blog. Hey, it's Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna just piped in, saying Chippy is looking good. Yeah, that was such a fun little present from her. So, anyway, it doesn't matter why I started it as unlisted, just so I could kind of clean some things up beforehand and now. So Diane, okay, we'll go back to email link. So Diane, this is interesting. I'm just wondering if you can, anyhow, doesn't matter. I'm going to get too sidetracked by that. All right, so for today, we have 3 lists that we will be working on. I'm going to put my memory keeping insert away off to the side in the big stack of things. You guys, it is such a freaking tornado in here. You would not even believe it. Actually, you would. I'm going to post a picture after the fact on social media because it is just nuts in here. I've been going from here to there to everywhere. I was out of town, back in town, kit shipping, product shipping, getting ready for 3 weekends away. They're all virtual events the next 3 weekends. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. One won't be able to be live, but two, I will still do live. I'll just do while I'm away. So craziness. All right. So for our first list topic is Halloween memories. So whether these are your favorite Halloween memories, your favorite Halloween costumes, we already have done favorite Halloween candy. So if you have not done favorite Halloween candy and you wanted to do that, you could do that now. I saw someone that posted in the Lail by Mail private Facebook group. I think that's where I saw it. One of you had done a really cool pocket like this where you made your candy. So that was so fun to see. I love it when you guys kind of take some of the things that we do together and then completely go kind of your own direction on it. So fun to see. All right, so for this one, I am, you guys, at the very end. I'm at the very end of this Traveler's Notebook. I know, Kathy, the next Say Cheese mini book, that one I will be working on this weekend when I am out of town teaching at a virtual event. So I will be kind of filling in some time there. Hoping that that next mini book will go live on my website, hopefully next week, probably shipping about mid-November. But I have something really, really, really fun planned for that live class that goes with that kit. All right, so I am down to my last 3 pages in this listing insert. So it is super full and chunky. For the first list, Halloween memories, I figured I would do that right here. So I would kind of wrap up the month of October-ish in this insert, and then I have another insert that I will start today. All right, so I pulled out some Halloween products because we love our Halloween products. I've got to get them in as much as I can before Halloween is over. Now, this is something that is kind of interesting. A little boo-boo on my part. I had the Hey Pumpkin 6x8 pads in my shop, and they were in and out. They sold so fast. And then they were out of stock, and I said, oh, I can't bring any more in. Well, I forgot that where I ordered them keeps back orders unless you tell them not to cancel back orders. So I actually have more of the Hey Pumpkin pads coming. They should be here like mid to late next week. So if you didn't get a Hey Pumpkin pad and you want a Hey Pumpkin pad, good news is I will have them after Halloween. But there's always good things to scrapbook or to memory keep or do our listing in with for Halloween. So don't let that stop you from picking them up because I will have them. I am using a couple of the Hey Pumpkin papers in my list. So I have pulled out these 3, I think, to start with. So we'll kind of see where this takes us. I have also pulled out the Hey Pumpkin die cuts. And oh my gosh, you guys, such a fun little set of die cuts. And I kind of have them everywhere. I've pulled some out that I thought I might want to work with, but they have this really fun, like holographic foil accents. So I don't know if you can see that. See how that's kind of holographic foil. So it's really cool. So I thought I'd use those and these papers. This one, I am also going to incorporate 2 photos. And this is, we've talked about before, where sometimes our memory keeping and our list making kind of tends to morph a little bit together. So I will be adding photos to this list. If you have photos that you want to add to your list, then I encourage you to do so. And if not, no worries. Okay, so Halloween memories. I know this is going to be a 2-page spread. So I think this might go over here. But what I'm going to end up doing, I will end up, Okay, friends, you know what I'm going to do really quick? I'm getting all kinds of messages coming through Instagram. People saying, I can't find the class. I can't find the class. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to hop over on, I hate that this happened. 2 seconds. I'm going to pop over on Instagram so people aren't left out. I know that those of you that are here wouldn't want to not be able to find us. So I'm going to do that really quick. So sorry. So sorry. Hate it when I'm all like organized and everything is ready to go and then something, let's see if I can change that. Go to post. The best laid plans, isn't that what they say? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Weird, weird, weird. Oh, I will tell you guys too. Hang on. I can't type and think at the same time. Do. Someone tell a joke. All right. Hang on. So sorry, you guys. Okay, so sorry. Okay. All right, this is where I need a little assistant. If Nick was here, if Sam was here, if anyone was here, they could be my assistant. All right, you guys. So I know how many squirrels until Karen is back, right? That's like one of those, how many squirrels does it take to plug in a light bulb, right? So that reminded me, so we're totally squirreling here, you guys, very clearly. You guys know I live in a big construction zone. Lots of construction happening in our neighborhood. And there is a house that is just west of us, literally across the street west of us that they are building. And they are roofing it today. And I'm about ready to lose my mind. Hearing the so if you can hear that, just know that's what it is. It's the regular Saturday happening. Okay, so for my list, because I'm at the very end of my book, this is completely like warped. Not warped, but it is, yes, nail gun noise. That's exactly what it is, Denise. So right here, I've got so much bulk right here that on this guy, for this list, this page, I am going to create it on my entire list on the paper, and then I will adhere it. But then over here, I'll be fine. So I know I need to trim this down. Let's come in and trim this down. I'm just so mad at myself for So yeah. It would make sense. It actually makes a lot of sense on why I did started it. Well, not started as enlisted, but I set it up as enlisted last night so I could clean up the image that you see, and then totally forgot to change it. Okay, so my inserts are standard wide. So they are 8.25 tall by 5 inches wide. Now I know I need to trim this quite a bit because I really don't want it trying to go that way. So if it's 5 wide, I think we'll try 4.5. So we're gonna trim that down to 4.5. And then I also will want to trim the height because that will look a little bit off. Let's try that. Oh yes, that will be good. Corner rounder. So this will be no surprise. I still have not unpacked all of my tools and things from this past weekend when I was out of town. And so they're across the room. I just used a smaller corner rounder. But that works. All right, so that will go there. And then over here, let's see, over here, I'm going to do these 2 photos, and we'll talk about these 2 photos as we get going. I don't know if that's the right paper though. Maybe this one. Oh yeah, that's better. I like the contrast way more of that one. So see how I swapped? I went with a darker contrast because this is really light. And when I kind of put the white photo, or not the white photo, but the photos, there's a lot of white in this photo between the costumes here and the costume here and then the white border. It just didn't really pop as much as it pops there, right? Brooke, I know, isn't this such fun paper? And now I need to mention Brooke too, because I mentioned Anna. So Brooke lives not very far from me. We think about a half an hour. Brooke actually paid a little visit to my house while I was out of town and left me a little surprise on my doorstep. Oh my gosh, you guys. Candy corn. She left me a little bucket of candy corn and then also a whole extra bag of candy corn. Because if you have been following along this month, I've talked about candy corn because I love candy corn. So that was so sweet of her. Now, this is kind of funny. I just recently, literally this past weekend, I've loved candy corn forever. It just is good. I like it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, you're missing out. Love candy corn. Okay, hold on. I will get back to that in a second because I need to make my list here. And so I need some white. I want to do this while I have my trimmer still in view. Sheila. So Sheila just asked a question. Do you print out your large photos like last week on your computer from Photoshop or directly onto your Epson PM400 from your phone? Sheila, I print those from Photoshop because I make them larger in Photoshop. Which reminds me, the Epson printer, you guys, I always link to it in the description of the video. I checked this morning, $225. So it seems to kind of be settled in around $225. Debbie, that's exactly what I was just going to say, is the candy corn with peanuts. I've never tried that before. And I tried that actually with cashews. Oh my gosh, so good. It actually kind of reminded me, you know what it kind of reminded me of? Was one of those like salted nut rolls. And I just thought of that with a little nougat in the center and then the salty. Oh my gosh, the combination of the sweet and salty, a payday, there we go, yes, was so good. I don't know why I'd never thought about that before, but all right, so this I'm going to do my journaling on. So I need this to be, we'll start at 5. The paper that I use, the white cardstock I buy from Amazon, and I have linked to that in the description of the video. I like to use 8.5 by 11 because you'll see I'm able to get basically two sheets now to use in my traveler's notebook. All right, but now we know we need to trim this one down. This one we probably need to trim down. This is going to be a skinny mini list, probably to 4. And then, let's see. There we go. So I won't do the math to figure out, oh, there we go. To figure out where to trim that, we'll just eyeball it. And if we did the math, it probably would have been about 7.5. All right, so there is my base. It's still a little bit too tall. So really it should have been 7.5. Oh, no, 7.25. Let's try that. The Epson app that I use is called the Epson Creative Print. So Sheila, you could try that, but it won't give you the large photos. You need to use a photo editing program. It doesn't have to be Photoshop. There are some other free ones out there, but you do need to use some kind of photo editing program because the Epson PictureMate doesn't have a canvas or a template in it for you to do long and skinny like that. Oh, Margarita. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I won't go through that again. Just a little error on my part. So because I have already rounded the corners, we will round these corners again. There we go. It's like I guess social media is kind of like a big community bulletin board, right? I need like a big community bulletin board like you see at the Starbucks that we could run over to. Someone could run over to and put a little note. Go follow the link. Go follow the link. Kind of like Poltergeist. If you guys like the movie Poltergeist, I don't know. This is a total squirrel moment. I love the movie Poltergeist, although probably not so much anymore. I liked it when I was younger. Probably scare me now. Carol Ann, stay away from the light. It's kind of like, anyhow. Oh, it's a fun Lail morning, you guys. Mariana, I'm so glad you found us. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be the left side. This is going to be the right side. And the photo. Where did the photo go? That's kind of the important part. Well, not this is the important part, but it's a fun part. So there we go. there's the photo. I'll talk more about the photo in a second. So this I pulled out. I had made some tags last year, I think. Last year. These are a few of the tags that I had made using some of the die cuts from Hey Pumpkin. Hey Pumpkin is the collection, the paper and the die cuts that I'm using today. But this was such a popular collection that actually American Crafts brought it out again this year. That's why I was able to still get it. Anyhow, I had made a couple of tags and they were so fun and I was thinking about them. And so I found the tags and I thought, oh, you know what? This one could be kind of fun. So you don't have to use things that you have already, or you don't have to make new things. You can pull things maybe that you've already made. So that's what I'm going to do here. I am going to pull that, and that is going to be part of my list. Just because it's cute, right? It is cute. So if you do things like that, don't throw them away. Very interestingly enough, this just blows my mind. You never know. On social media, the photo that I shared last Halloween of all the tags that I made, that was my #1 most liked photo last year on Instagram. What I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. All right, so I have these little guys, and I thought this was kind of cute as well. So maybe I thought these little guys might be able to work down at the bottom. So let's see. Let's get out some scissors. Are the boys yours as little ones? Yes, Brooke, they are. Isn't that crazy? So that was in 2005. I looked this morning. 2005. So Jack would have been 7. Sam would have been 4. Oh my gosh, how they grow, right? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now I'm going to come in, I think. Well, this may work. If it doesn't work, then I will just put this off to the side and use it next year or something. So I'm going to fussy cut these little guys out. I won't fussy cut them out separately, but I will fussy cut them out so they can kind of be down here along the bottom. And when I say fussy cut, that is what I am doing here. I am just taking little scissors. These are the fussy cutting scissors. That's what I call them, that I have on my website. So they're little tiny scissors, but they're spring loaded. So sometimes you'll see tweezers like this, but they're spring loaded. So I can just kind of hold them right there in my little hand. And then I get a lot of control by using kind of my thumb and my finger. So these are my favorite scissors to use when I'm fussy cutting because I'm able to get in there and get in pretty tight as I am doing that. I will move up here more though so you can see. Now, I guess I could have fussy cut this before, but I didn't know I was going to do this. So we'll all just hang out while I'm fussy cutting. And we can chat. We can chat on the live chat. So Halloween. Yes, Halloween, like no other, right? Different than any other Halloween year. And obviously our kids are much older, 20, going on 23 and 20. And yes, not trick-or-treating. But those of you that have littles, oh, breaks my heart. Hopefully you have something kind of fun and different planned. I mean, I know it's actually with, you know, trick-or-treating outside if people are safe about the way they do it. Kids could go trick-or-treating. But one more thing, just one more thing. I heard something on the news this morning where they were saying that, you know, we're headed into the holiday season, right? And Halloween kind of starts it off. At least it does in the U.S. And then we move into Thanksgiving and move into Christmas and other holidays as well. Hanukkah and things like that. But it is hard because holidays are when we are, you know, around family and friends and socializing so much. But it's just so dangerous right now with everything that is going on. So we just have to, you know, celebrate differently than we have in the past. Patty, small neighborhood outdoor party. Oh, love it. And for you guys in Minnesota, that's wonderful that the weather's cooperating. It's actually cooperating here as well. Well, I was out of town last week and I was in San Diego and it was beautiful weather. Meanwhile, back in Utah, it snowed. So it was chilly. And really brought back memories of being a little kid and growing up in Utah and trick-or-treating. And it was not uncommon that it would snow on Halloween and you'd have to bundle up. And it was so sad. You'd have to bundle up and cover up your costume. And then you'd try to not wear a coat. And then if you weren't wearing a coat, then you'd get cold. And then, but it would ruin your costume and the dilemma. Anyhow, so it snowed, but now I think it's supposed to be like high 60s today, which that's nice. Oh, our little witch there is going to have to come off because there is no way to fussy cut her without her getting separated. So we'll see. Maybe I just use these two, but maybe I add her back on. If you are listing with me today and you are not into Halloween, no worries. Just one of our lists today is Halloween. It would be really fun to do all Halloween lists, but I know that not everyone does Halloween, especially international. I saw someone a sec ago from Poland. So I know not everyone does Halloween. And in fact, I had one of the ladies that orders from me, she lives in Denmark, and she sent me an email and she was asking about an order. And then she said, oh, and candy corn, what is candy corn? We don't have candy corn here. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, it's not all about Halloween today. Well, we've got some other fun things planned, but not all about Halloween. All right, so there are those two littles. Let's see. So I think that we might need 3. So let's find our witch and see if she wants to come back and join us. Yes. Okay, good. Now, here's the thing. I just cut those little guys out of a die cut, right? Out of a little, any little die cut. But there are also pattern papers, right? So sometimes you have a pattern paper. And let me just let's see if I can find anything here that would work as an example. Okay, let's do this. In fact, I had done this before. So this is a pattern paper that has a cute little kind of fruit and floral arrangement. You can also fussy cut things out of pattern paper. So you don't always need to have die cuts. Just sometimes having die cuts, it's a lot easier to use that little pumpkin than to try to cut a little pumpkin out. But so fussy cutting. I love to fussy cut. Love to fussy cut. I fussy cut things a lot. Tag envy. That 31 October tag is the cutest. So you know what? Totally basic, Kim. Like so basic. The white tags. So I have a couple of different tags that I sell on my website. I don't think I linked them, but if you just search for tag, you'll find them. These are little white tags that come with the little string. Really, all I did here, seriously, simplest tag ever. I put 31, and those are number stickers. The OCT, I stamped. That was a Carrie Bradford stamp, but really you could do the same thing by just using letter stickers. A teeny strip of washi. So teeny strip of washi, and then I just popped out at Halloween and popped out a little candy corn. So super easy. Not all of our tags have to be like totally crazy and over the top. But I like to make tags because they're cute and they're fun and they're simple. And all right, there we go. So now we're going to take all that off because, I know. I need to show you guys something that I found. Not this. This is my tape runner. I don't even remember how I found it. I don't on Facebook or something. And I saw somebody post something about a Sharpie. And I'm like, oh gosh, I love Sharpies. We all know how much I love my Sharpies, right? Well, I don't know if these are new, but they are new to me. Sharpie now has a gel pen. So some of you don't like the little felt tip pen, right? If you don't like little felt tips, they kind of scratch a little bit on the paper. And I know some people that just drives crazy. So those are the pens I usually use, the little Sharpie felt tips. But this is a Sharpie gel pen and it is 0.5. So super fine tip. I love fine tip. But let me just show you like here. So this is my new Sharpie gel pen. Okay, there's the Sharpie gel pen. And then this is my regular Sharpie pen. So very similar. This one's just a little bit more smooth because it's gel. So I bought a big box of those because, you know, I always have boxes of my Sharpies. But I've linked those. If you haven't bought a Sharpie to do your outlining, if you like to do your outlining, then I encourage you to check out those little gel pens. I just found them on Amazon, but I'm sure if you go to office supply store or something like that, you would find them. But nice and smooth. And obviously permanent, which is what I like. That's why I really like to do the Sharpies. So it also, this spiderweb paper is holographic, right? So that is holographic ink that is printed on there. And my Sharpie is working really well over that. Okay, so there we go. Now we can put these things back, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. I'll talk more about those when I start to list. Hi, Melissa. You found them in white. Margarita, you did. So I was looking for them in white. I couldn't find them in white. Oh, okay, here's the thing. Actually, I do know what you mean by white, I think, because I found white but never could find white. I think what they mean by white is the, I think the barrel, but I don't think it's white gel. I couldn't find anything that it said white gel ink, that it just looked like the barrel. Yeah, right, exactly. Not white ink, just the white outer case, right? So it's just like the barrel is white, not the, that'd be cool. If the ink was white too. I did, and I'll use it as soon as it gets here, and I'll share with you guys. I did buy a really fine tip white Sharpie like chalk pen, so we'll kind of see how that goes. Oh, Margarita, I did not see your question on the caterpillar. I'm glad that you posted that again. So, I mean, you didn't post it again, but will you ask it again? So I will watch for it. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so I've missed tons of things in the comments, you guys, so sorry about that. All right, that's going to go there. These are going to go here. Now, this is just going to say Halloween memories. And so I don't know if I will do something that says favorite Halloween memories. I don't need to say Halloween because Halloween's already on there, but favorite memories. Okay, I know what I want to do. I am going to go to my, you guys know what this is. Oh, Jacqueline, that's a good price. The Caterpillar on Amazon for $98. That is a great price. Normally, I think they're around $120. I have linked to that in the description of the video if you are in the market for one of those. Margarita, here's the thing. Your question is, will the Caterpillar help with measuring? Just like a ruler, it will help with measuring only to the extent that you know how to measure. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I really don't mean that in a bad way at all. Just sometimes, and I've learned this through years of teaching scrapbook classes, sometimes people get a little bit confused on how to measure on the trimmer. Or on any trimmer, or even on a ruler. So what I would recommend if you've had trouble measuring in the past, take a piece of scratch paper, take a piece of notebook paper, or take a piece of junk mail or something like that, and practice measuring and cutting with that first. Okay. Anyhow, I am in my, this is the storage that I use for some of my sticker tablets. So I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to pull these out, the Color Vibe Basics, and I don't have much room there. So let's see what my thought was. I thought I might try to go to these little guys. So let's see if I can spell favorite memories. We'll see if that will work. I know, allergic to measuring. I know. And you know what? Here's the thing. I think most of us normally, we don't measure. We just eyeball. And when I teach scrapbook classes, I have to include measurements because people want them. I would love to say, oh, put it where you think it looks good. Or put it about a half of an inch or about an inch. But I know in a lot of cases that doesn't work. Karen, you measure for a living, have to be within a 1/16 of an inch. And here's the thing. Sometimes when we start to get down in 1/16 of an inch, it really, really scares people, right? Oh, Mariana, you're in the market for a new home printer. That sounds good. The one thing I will say about that, and I'll let other people recommend based on what they use. Let's see. Okay, favorite. The more functionality that a printer has, the less good it is at doing any of them. So sometimes you think, oh my gosh, it'd be so great to have an all-in-one printer, scanner, copier, plays Netflix videos, is an Alexa, does all the things. I don't think there are any printers that do that, but who knows. The more that it doesn't focus on one thing, I think the harder of a time it has on doing anything well. So don't try to, if you need a scanner and a printer, great. I wouldn't, try to look for something that does much more than that because it doesn't tend to do anything well. Let's see, are we going to fit here? O-R-I-T, we might. I should start backwards. I didn't do my always rule. Usually I start backwards, so we'll start backwards and then fill in whatever we need to. I-T-E, I-T-E. You are a glass and mirror fabrication CNC programmer. Wow, that's a mouthful. Oh, this will work though too if I kind of overlap them. F-A-V-O-R-I-I-T-E, okay? We have to repeat those many, many times over. F-R-A-V-O-R. O-R-I. O-R. Okay, favorite. So now we're going to need to move over a little bit. So now that I'm doing this, I'm going to actually move way over here and go down a little bit because I think it was too high. And let's see if we can squeeze the O in. Looks like it's going to work. We're going to be able to squeeze it in. No Sam today. Nope, no Sam today. He and Nick are together. Little father-son time. Yeah, so no Sam. It's just me and Poe the cat is around here somewhere. Who knows where he is, though. I would love to open the window right now, but I'm afraid that we may have lots of pounding. I can already hear the pounding. Oh, actually, it's quiet for a minute. This is going to need to go over there a little bit. Ah, darn it. I don't have quite enough room. M-E-M-O-R-I-E-S. Okay. That'll work. Something's not right up there, though. I'll figure it out. Okay. So, really, I can already tell this is totally going to bug me. But that's okay, right? We always talk about it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to love it. You don't have to love them all. That's okay. Favorite, mem, M-E-M. Actually, I should go from the end again. I'm just reading what you guys are talking about. The selfie. Let's try this. M-E-M. Oh, let's see. D-D-D. We need the music, but can't have the music. We'll go to YouTube jail. Because music is copyrighted. And then it thinks you're trying to play copyrighted music. And then you go to YouTube jail. It actually seems like I'm in YouTube jail right now, right? Because the people that can't find me are like, what in the world happened? That's all right. I guess I messed up after once. After all these videos, I messed up once. That's okay. Just the people will be sad. Dee-dee-dee. Okay, here we go. Oh, I know what I need to, while I'm doing this, you guys, because literally watching paint dry, right? But you learn some little tips there, maybe by starting at the end and working your way backwards. And then if you're running out of room, overlap. And then also when you set them down initially, don't necessarily set them, place them all the way down because you don't want to, you might need to, pop them back up. Okay, so here we go. That's going to go there. These little guys are going to go here. Wonder if we need... washi? Washi? No, too much. Okay, it'll be good. There's already stuff going on down here, and we'll figure out something else to do down over here. All right, let's put these little guys down. And actually, I know I need to do this too. We've got a double outline going today. We're living on the edge with a double outline. Get skinny there. The other two lists that I will be doing are going to be single page lists. It's been a while since we've done single lists. So the other two will be single lists. Okay. Guess we could use this. I know, Melissa, I'm sorry you had trouble finding me. You too, Veronica. Guess what? Okay, hang on. Totally sidetracked for a minute. Angie, you are going to like my third list. Okay. Angie asked, would you consider doing an organization video? You're going to like my third list. And Angie from Burley, I love that you said that. Still, I swear, every time we're picking orders and Nick's like, oh, look, it's Angie from Burley. Actually, Nick does that with a lot of you. Yes, my husband, because he lately has to help because things are crazy. I shouldn't say has to. He lately helps. Well, he's helped all summer, but anyhow. But he's gotten to know quite a few of you from your orders. Brooke, it was funny. Oh, I know, Brooke, you ordered one of the give thanks. And Nick said something about Brooke. And I said, oh, yeah, it's Brooke from Layton. And he goes, no, Brooke's from Woods Cross. Because he knew from your orders. I thought that was so funny. So funny. Okay. All right, here we go. Yes, but Angie, I'll cover that in the third video. I mean, the third list. Melissa and Phoebe and Sandy, you guys, I am so sorry about having trouble finding me. I made a boo-boo when I created the video last night. And I set it up as unlisted, and we realized that very quickly this morning, but because it is live, I cannot go back in and change it. So I'll be able to after the fact, but I realized that that doesn't help you because, well, you're good now because you found me, but I'm so sorry. All right, favorite memories from Halloween. Now, these little stickers, I think I included them in the description of the video. These are puffy star stickers. So just a little puff, but they come in a bunch of different colors. And I thought it'd be fun to bring the orange ones out. The other thing I thought would be fun to do, aren't those trick-or-treaters cute? I just cut those from the Hey Pumpkin die cuts. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll probably put a few more stars down here in the corner when I figure out what else I'm going to do here. All right, so I think it's time to start writing my little favorite Halloween memories. So let's talk about favorite Halloween memories. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is gonna be tough. All right. I might have to write smaller. Photos on the porch. So there we go. That's what that one is. Just like first day of school photos with the kids. Yes, Patty, those stickers are Bella Boulevard. Just like first day of school pictures, at least in our family with the kids on Halloween, before they went to school or before it got dark to do trick-or-treating, I would sit them on the porch and take their pictures in their Halloween costumes. So I love that, and I love going back and looking at some of those photos because they're so cute, right? So those are our boys, Jack and Sam, and that was from 2005, so 15 years ago. Photos on the porch. Another one, so costume. parades at school. So going to the boys' school, and I'm sure this happened when I was a kid too, but I remember more vividly the kids, but going to their school and watching the costume parades and seeing everybody, all the other kids dressed up, and the kids were so proud and they were so happy that we were there. And yes, so the costume parades at school. Another one, so hold on, Grandma sees Halloween parties. And I actually included that in another list, my favorite fall memories. Nick's mom, so my mother-in-law, has, well, it's really only within probably like maybe the last 2 years, maybe 2 years, year. Definitely not this year. They might have done it last year, but for years, since the kids were all really little, did a Halloween party for the grandkids, and we just had so much fun with that. Okay, the next one. It's funny. This reminds me of a little kid doing this, and then the kids doing this, and then parents reaping the benefits afterwards, after the kids went to bed. So this would be sitting on the floor, dumping out the candy from trick-or-treating and sorting it. Now, I don't know if that's just me. I've always been like I like things to be organized, and I like to sort and unsort and do different things like that in everything that I do and everything that I have. So sorting all the candy, and I'd have candy in different piles. So you'd have like candies. So you would have candies, all the chocolates together, and then you'd have all the ones you didn't really want together. But then you'd even kind of sort from there. You could put all the Reese's peanut butter cups together, all the little candy corns together, or whatever it was. And then your parents, I didn't put this as a favorite memory, but this is a memory. Then before we were allowed to eat anything, our parents had to look through all the candy to make sure that nobody put anything in it, like needles or something, right? Because that was crazy when people would do that. So, but then when the parents reaped the benefit, so I remember so vividly when my kids were little that then they would put all their candy like back in, because they do the trading and all of that, the bartering, they'd put it all back in their bags, and then they'd go to sleep. And then we'd go and we'd like look through their bags and steal some of their candy. And then sometimes you'd steal it because you wanted to eat it, but other times you would steal it because you're like, oh my gosh, they don't need all this candy. And then they never knew any different. All right. So next one would be Jack's first Halloween. So Jack is our oldest. He was dressed as a, wait for it, Jack-o'-lantern. Of course he was, right? Yeah, but such a cutie. All right, so guess what now? One, two, let's see. I have two more, and I don't have room for two more. So what I'm going to do is, I should have waited to put these guys down. Sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves when it comes to decorating. So these guys will pop down a bit. Maybe. Generally, I don't like to really like press things down until the very end when I'm sure that things are going to stay. So I was able to lift that up pretty easily. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay, so I think the last one that I will do is getting together with friends. Oh, I can fix that. I meant to say when. I started writing with, so I fixed it. When, whoopsie. When the kids were little and having chili and wine, not mixed together. And taking them trick-or-treating. The kids, not the parents. Well, the parents would go too. Okay, so there we go. I'm turning my little bullets into stars because I think it will be a little bit easier to see if I do that. And then that kind of ties in with Halloween and it ties in with a little star. All right. Now, I'm going to move these one more time. Moving these one more time. So let's see now while I'm moving these. Pixie sticks. Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. Marilee, I don't know what that is, the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. You'll have to tell us. All right, we were just a little bit out of, the witch is now too tall, so we'll make her go a little bit lower. And these guys were a little too off-centered for me, so we'll just move them and replace them. Move them and replace them. I missed what Sandy S said, so I'm not sure. We said amen to Sandy S, but I don't know what Sandy S said. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have over here, that was one of the things on my list. There were 2 Halloween costumes I was going to mention, but I ran out of room, so that's okay. 2 different Halloween costumes. One year, Nick and I, so Jack and Sam, our boys, played football in high school. So we had tons of football jerseys and all kinds of things like that. So Nick and I dressed up as a football player and a cheerleader. However, we swapped roles. So I was the football player and Nick was the cheerleader, which was quite funny. We had a blonde wig and he put on the blonde wig. And I think I had like one of my running skirts or whatever that it was white. He squeezed into it. That was quite amusing. And then he had on like a little t-shirt of mine that was for the high school. And then he put on a bra underneath and then filled out the bra. But it was so funny because he had his hairy legs and yeah, that was good. The other one, and that's this photo here, Sam and Nick and I one year went to a party with some friends of ours, and I wanted us to have a group costume, and I didn't know what the group costume should be, so I racked my brain and I came up with this one. And this one, and somebody mentioned this, we are the Black Eyed Peas. So on the Black Eyed Peas, you could either be Black Eyed Peas like the bean or Black Eyed Peas like the music group. But we all had black eyes, we all had white t-shirts on, and we took duct tape and then we put peas on our shirts. So we were the Black Eyed Peas. Alrighty, so we're just about done with this list. I just need to figure out what I want to go kind of down here or up here. This little bat is very cute, but I'm not sure if there's enough room for the bat. That could work. I like that. Okay, so the bat is going to go there, and I will cut part of the bat's wing off. That's okay. Here we go. So this very easily could have just been a one-page list, right? Could have been a one-page list because that page absolutely could have stood on its own. But this morning I thought, oh gosh, it would be fun to include photos. So there we go. Oh, I shouldn't do that down there because you can't see what I'm doing. Let's get this over fairly far so we're not losing too much of the bat's wing. Put that away. Put these on the floor. That's what happens when I'm done. Things just kind of get crazy, so I just throw things on the floor and then things stay on the floor. It's funny, my dad comes over on Thursdays and Sundays and he hangs out and we chit chat and sometimes eat lunch, and then he helps me kit and we have dinner, and then I sometimes take him to the grocery store, and then comes back, we take him back home. So it was funny. On Thursday, he came over and I'm like, oh, Dad, don't pay any attention to my craft room because it's a mess. And he goes, yep, I see that. I see you still have things on the floor like always. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Yes, there are things all over the floor. And it's not like that anywhere else in my house, I promise. It's just that in this room, it's just what happens. And cleaning up is not the fun part. The playing and the working is the fun part. All right, so we are just about done. I need to date this. So I know it's October 31, clearly, right? It's Halloween. But I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use the little date stamp that we all know and love. DDD. And if you don't know and love it, well, it's linked in the description of the video. Oh, Terry. Good, because Terry, guess what? Your washi, your replacement washi is coming as well. I don't know if that's the happy mail you got. There's just been a lot of orders coming in and out. And if you have another order coming, then if I would have been smart, I would have put those together, but no. Okay, 10/31/20. There we go. I have a new ink pad that I'm trying, so I'm going to see if I like it, and then I will, I'll let you guys know. Something that a friend of mine recommended. 10/31/20. Good so far. All righty. Let's see. When Sam called my room a nightmare. Yeah, you should see his bedroom. Let me tell you what. We had a little chit chat over that yesterday. If he thinks this room is a nightmare, his, oh my gosh, teenager bedroom. I'm like, Sam. So he was supposed to clean it before he left yesterday, and he didn't. And so this is just mom talk now. He was supposed to clean it. Of course he didn't. And so I went in his room. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I texted him all uppercase, Sam, your bedroom. And he goes, what? And I said, it's awful. And then I had a little emoji of a bomb and a more emoji of a tornado. And he's like, what? It's clean. And I'm like, I don't know in what world that you live in that this is clean. So then I just filmed a video of his room for him to show him that, yeah, this is not clean. And then he's like, Mom, get out of my room. You can just, this is all happening over text, but you can, you know, kind of, you can, if we were together, this is what he'd be saying. Mom, get out of my room. Like he's all, you know, ah. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, Mom, just please don't go in my room when I'm not there. I'm like, I understand your privacy and, you know, it's your bedroom and yes. However, it needs to be clean. Yeah, so actually I need to check to see if he's cleaned it. Yes, piles on piles and piles, Diane. And you know what? I think part of it's a teenager thing. I know I was that way when I was young. And I don't know why. But yes, he very much still is. It's interesting. When he went off to college last fall, and if you were living in the dorms, you have to fill out like a little questionnaire. Because they try to pair you with like roommates because they don't want someone that is super type A clean living with someone in the same little dorm room that is like Tornadoville. So I said, Sam, you make sure that you fill that out correctly because you don't want to be, you know, on either side. You wouldn't want to be with someone that was super clean freaking out all the time because you were messy. And likewise, I'm sure that person wouldn't want to be with you. All right. No, that can't go there. So the reason that can't go there is because I have a star here. I don't want to have another star there. It's just, it's too much. Too much. So what if we do another little star here? That works. Okay, these little things, these little sequins came out of the die cut pack. Nope, those aren't gonna work. I need something else over here. So let's go to our, oh goodness, did you see all those just fly? Hocus Pocus, maybe, but that's too black. Oh, eek, maybe this could work. Eek. And then part of it gets cut off and then something right there. That's what we're going to do. Okay, eek, make sure we can still see the peas. You can see Nick's. Oh, I almost said something bad. You can still see all of the letter P's on our shirt. Yikes. Yikes. Not bad. It just could have been interpreted differently than what I would mean. All right, now this is gonna bug me, so I have to do this. Don't mind me. Okay, there's Eek, and now maybe I can do one more little star. Maybe not. Let's go to our stickers. Be spooky. No, too big. All right, then what if we do this? What if we pull in a candy corn? Elizabeth, you were director of university dorms. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, the parents should not be. That was something that I stayed far away from with the kids. You fill out your own dorm questionnaire because I don't, it's really none of my business. None of my business, because you're going to be an adult. You are an adult. You're going off to school by yourself. You need to answer honestly. And then if you don't answer honestly, you need to suffer the consequences if you don't. All right, friends. So there we go. That is our first list. Little bit blend of memory keeping and list making. So I have one more page here in my traveler's notebook, and I am going to, in the future, I'm not sure when, I will do something with the back side of this, and I will also do something here because I saw a great thread happening in the Facebook group yesterday. That's just the Lail by Mail Facebook group, and it's on the private Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook and not a part of that group and you'd like to be, just request to be added and I will add you. But there was somebody had posed a question about their list making and what they do with this intro page, right? Some people just jump right in and start their list making here, but some people felt like they needed a little intro page here. And then someone shared a wonderful intro page that I thought was great because she had talked about why she likes to make lists. So I will do that here, and then I will also do some kind of wrap up here. And then I will share that in the next couple of weeks, okay? We'll plan on that. I will share that in the next couple of weeks. But yes, look at a whole book is done. And I will, Veronica, just bookmark that in your head for a second because we'll talk about the flip through. We'll talk about the flip through video for that. Okay, next up, we are going to try to move some of these things out of the way. Onto the floor. That's why the floor is such a problem. But I have to have room. We need room. Okay, so while I am moving things out of the way, our next two lists are really super generic. So I'm just going to have fun and mix some different products together, everyday fun product, because we haven't used kind of everyday fun product in a while. And a lot of times we have lots of everyday fun product that could really work for anything besides something being specific to fall or specific to Halloween. This is a great way to use up some of the product from your stash. And when I say your stash, I mean all the product that you start to accumulate. Stickers and die cuts and different things, different alphabet stickers and number stickers that are kind of maybe leftovers or things that you haven't seen or touched in a while. So a great reason to bring those things back out. Okay, we are starting with a new insert. And where did that go? It's across the room. The other thing I need to do is I need to slip cover my inserts. Actually, this one I won't slip cover. This one I will probably just go ahead and adhere something right to the cover because it's not like I'll be, I don't need to switch out what the cover is like I normally slip cover things. So I will do that. This guy will be the start of my second Traveler's Notebook. Our second listing Traveler's Notebook. I better clarify that because I have lots of different Traveler's Notebooks. All right, so this one I am going to use for our second book that we've been working on. So our second list is something that someone had suggested, one of you had suggested, and I want to say maybe Diane, but I can't remember. Brooke, that little pen thing in front of you, does it ever get top heavy and fall over? Nope. In fact, somebody asked me the other day, my friend Iris asked me, she said, so can you put like bigger scissors in? And so I said, yes. And then I showed her a picture. So big. Literally, sometimes I'll put taller rulers in. It does not fall over. The base is weighted. I just make sure that I put things in evenly. So I have things in the front and the back, and then it's good. But to answer your question, no, it doesn't fall over. All right. So, I want to say one of the Dianes, and I hate to say one of the Dianes, but there are multiple Dianes, and, I think it was one of the Dianes that suggested this. If not, and if you're here, then feel free to pipe in and say, oh no, it was me that suggested this. School lunches. She suggested that we do a list about school lunches. And I thought, oh, that would be so fun. And I sat down this morning and started thinking about what are my favorite school lunches. And this is the weirdest thing, you guys. I have zero recollection of school lunches from high school. Zero recollection. And I don't know why. Nick and I were talking about that this morning. And I went to school in Park City, which was a little small ski town here in Utah. Used to be much smaller than it is now. Patty Robertson, how do you store your filled TNs? I have an idea. Okay, I'm writing a little note down here. Perfect. Okay. So in my high school, there were 70 people in my graduating class. So it was really, really small, 70, very small. Our high school, I think up until my very last year, was a closed campus, meaning that you could not leave for lunch. But I have no recollection of school lunch in high school. What I do remember is school lunch in middle school. So my list is going to be about school lunch in middle school. Her suggestion was favorite school lunches. And I was all on board with that. And then I'm like, I can't remember most of the school lunches. So this one, my list is going to be about what I remember about school lunches. And there are some kind of fun little details. So that is what my first list will be. I generally will skip that first page. I don't know. I might actually do it here. I think I'm going to do it here. So I need to look at which one of these was I. Oh yeah, this one. I had to think about which product I wanted to use for this. So you brought your own lunch every day. And yes, I know that lots of people brought their lunch. So if you didn't eat school lunch, you could talk about what you brought, what your favorite things were that you brought, how it was packaged. I know that sounds kind of funny, but if you had a brown lunch sack or if you had a lunch pail. So these could be your favorite memories, maybe as opposed to like a list. I know, isn't that weird, Carol, that we start thinking, I don't remember what I ate. Patty. Oh, hold on. Veronica. Meat, gravy with mashed potatoes, grilled cheese sandwiches. Oh, so you know what's interesting. We're going to be talking about some of these things, and we're going to remember. Sandy, the smell of the cafeteria on Fish Fridays. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't like fish, period, right? And so to think that kids would like to have fish for school lunch, unless they were like fish sticks. I loved fish sticks. Like my parents would be going out to do something and the babysitter would come and you'd have fish sticks on the cookie sheet and you'd dip the fish sticks in your ketchup. And okay, so for this list, I pulled out a couple things. I pulled out the Hey Hello paper pad and I pulled out these, I think they're called Eat Cake. These are birthday stickers. I loved these stickers, you guys. I thought they were so cute. These stickers are pebbles, and they are very similar to the Hey Hello that we've used quite a bit of. I think probably the same artists that are designing some of the product. So I pulled these out because there's food on here. And I thought, ooh, these could be fun. And these to me, although birthday works, but they're also kind of like fun congratulations and just fun everyday little stickers. Like this little guy is so cute. That little T-Rex with the holding the balloons with the T-Rex. So I will use some of these, but I'm not quite sure what yet. That little wiener dog is so cute. The wiener dog, the taco, the avocado. All right, there's a little pizza. Okay, so then let's see if I wanted to do, well, the yellow. We know how much I like the yellow, huh? I think I like this one. I'm going to go with Hooray. And then I will trim that down. Now here's the thing. We've talked about this before. If you are making a list about food, does not mean that you have to use food on your list, right? Oh, tater tots, yes. Turkey chunks and gravy. Oh, that turkey chunks in gravy. That's what it was called. Oh, Lordy. Rectangle shaped pizza, tacos, chili with cinnamon rolls. Ooh. 7-Eleven, right? Spaghetti, pizza, apple. All right. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Here we go. Trim that down and trim down this guy. So normally 5. Let's try that. 6x8 pads are my go-to, you guys. Anytime I'm working in Traveler's Notebook, 6x8 pads are my go-to because they're 6x8 and they're easy to trim down in a Traveler's Notebook. So you have lots of different options when you do a pad like that. Okay. On this one, I'm going to need to bring in, I probably shouldn't have made that so much white border around it because now I'm going to lose a bunch of space again. All right, what happened to that other piece of white paper? What did I do with it, friends? I'm not sure. This was on the floor. Oh gosh, that's horrible. You love Fish Fridays. Oh my gosh, that is unusual. As a kid. You can't, Bridget. You can't stand tater tots? What is wrong with you? You just haven't had tater tots cooked the right way, I'm pretty sure. Because if you had tater tots cooked the right way, super crispy in the air fryer, tater tots in the air fryer are the way to go, for sure. I am just trimming this down a little bit more because I want to be able to see Hooray up there. In the air fryer, it makes them super crispy. And then the best way, Brooke will know what I'm talking about here because Brooke is from Utah. Anyone else that's from Utah. And I know they have this in other parts of the world, well, other parts of the country, I think, but people always think it's a weird Utah thing. Fry sauce, okay? Fry sauce. What is fry sauce, you say? Fry sauce is a mixture of ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together, so it's kind of pink. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where's my friend that said she hated tater tots? If we were all together in Hawaii in my happy place, I would make you tater tots and you would love them. Because you would have the tater tots with the fry sauce and you would think it was amazing. Bridget, are you saying blah to the fry sauce? You're the one that didn't like the tater tots. Tater tots and fry sauce in the air fryer. So good. All right. Yep, here we go. This is my list. And I have the little Hooray right there so we can see it. Okay, now I need a title. For my title, I want to do what? What? Well, let's come back to this again. Sweet potato tater tots. Ooh, Wahlburger, mashed potatoes. I know we need to get a travel agent, plan a crafting getaway in the islands. Oh, there's like 500 of us. Do you have a house big enough for us? Travel agent, we need your help. All right, let's see here. Ooh, I'm gonna pull these out. The sticker books from scrapbook.com. I think we can make one of those work. Maybe guess what though? These won't work. The reason these are not going to work in my world is because I want them all to be the same color. I don't want the colors to be varied, and I won't be able to go with I won't have enough letters to do the varied colors. So, sorry, little stickers, you're out. You are out. So, I don't want to use those because I'm going to use those on the next one. Oh, I know what I want to use. Where did I see those, friends? They're in a pile on the floor somewhere. They're very organized piles. See, because look how fast I found that. These stickers. Okay. I don't have these. I can't find these anymore, but I love them. I mean, I don't have them. When I say I don't have them on my website, but I love them, so I'm going to use them. I love them because they're part, you'll be able to see them still, but they are part white and then part lined. So the white's going to kind of blend in. Wilma, that container that I had for my stickers, I have it linked in the description of the video. It is one of the little storage containers from scrapbook.com. And I actually have two of them. I use one for my sticker tablets, and then I use another one for my 6x8 pads, just because I like how they're separated like that, and I can kind of separate them into categories. This one's looking rather empty right now because the pads are all over the floor. I know that will surprise you. So I see Karen talking about skipping school. This is interesting too. So Nick and I were having the conversation this morning about school lunches, and I'm like, I can't remember high school and whatever. And he goes, oh, you should do a list about all the things that you would do when you would skip school. And I'm like, what? I never, ever, ever skipped school. Like ever. Like you, Karen, I have one of those people that has a guilty conscience. I do not cross, like if it's time to cross the street, I will go look for the crosswalk because you just cross on the crosswalk. That's the rule, right? I am very much a rule follower. So then we had all kinds of discussions this morning. Nick was telling me about how he would skip school in high school, and not in a bad way. It's not like he was delinquent. Although I guess that does sound kind of funny. That's a little bit like an oxymoron. Not skipping school in a bad way. It's not good to skip school. But he said, they would leave and go have coffee or, go grab some food or whatever. He told me that one day they had skipped something, and they went to Denny's to get coffee, and they walk in and all the football coaches are sitting there drinking coffee. And the football coaches look at him like, hello, what is on that? Something is on that. I need to clean those because it's getting black on my stickers. I'll have to figure that out later, see if I can't fix that. School lunch. Now, I'm going to sidetrack for just a second. I was talking about skipping school. You know what? I need to try to clean those. Let me grab something. I was talking about skipping school, and hang on. There we go. Where was I? I know I was talking about skipping school. No, I don't remember. I totally skipped school to go to the beach. You know what, Kim? If I had a beach when I was in high school, I probably would have skipped school to go to the beach. Absolutely. Jackie, you worked in the dean's office. Yeah, that'd be a little bit harder to skip school. Little bit harder. Well, and here's the thing. Park City, really small town. So if you skipped school, you really couldn't go anywhere because it'd be very obvious that you were skipping school. And back then, I don't think we had things like work release and, you know, all the different things that they have in schools now. Although we did, it was kind of cool. We did have, sorry, just cleaning. We did have, because Park City's in the mountains and ski resort, we did get out half day every Friday, and they had a ski program. So you could actually go skiing half day every Friday, which was kind of fun. Okay, school. All right, I think those will be better now. School lunches, LUNCHES. So there's 7. Let's start with the end again. School lunches. Okay, so what I was going to say, stickers like this. We could totally make stickers like this by using white. No, I'm going to do school lunch. That would be better. By using white stickers and then just using marker or colored pencil or something and making those little lines up at the top. So you could either draw lines up at the top or you could just color in the top half of your sticker. If I was going to do that, this is what I would do. So let's kind of just come up with a little idea if we wanted to do something like that. Where did the white stickers go that I had? All right, so let's just take a little detour here for a second. So these are cream colored stickers. Might be a little bit easier if we see those. Okay, cream colored stickers. I would pull out either a marker or, in this case, I'm just going to pull out a colored pencil. And then I would probably pull out some washi. And I'd probably take the washi. So let's say I wanted to do these 3 letters or these 3 numbers all together. So my washi is right there, and I'm using washi because washi will come off easily, right? We'll come in with our colored pencil and color in the top parts of those letters. And the washi there will make sure that I get that nice crisp line when I pull it off. So there we go. And let me pull off one of those stickers so you can kind of see what it looks like. Here, I'll just kind of set it right up against this so you can see. So see how, and I didn't color too hard, but see how you can see the top half of that sticker is light blue and the bottom half is white. So that would be a fun way that you could make stickers like that on your own with what you have. Marker would work too. Okay, that's a little segue. So let's get this back put away. Try to get that put away. All right, here we go. School lunch, L-U-N-C-H. L-U-N-C-H, okay, H. I think that will probably fit the best. I'm so sad for all the people that didn't know where to find us. L-U-N-C-H. But good for you, smart people. Not smart, I shouldn't say smart because that implies that everyone else is not smart, which is not the case. There's a reason why it's a good thing to make sure you sign up for my emails. Because that's how you knew. Or Facebook. Or Instagram. All right. School lunch. Ah, come out. And then, so funny, with high school for the boys, you could set up an account and just put money in their account. I guess middle school too. Put money in their account and then, you know, they would just get school lunch every day. Although once they started driving, that's pretty much over. But even Sam, funny Sam, Sam's like, yeah, I'm not doing school lunch. He refused. And then so he and Nick would always get in a little pissing match, I call it. But, you know, Sam's like, Dad, I don't want to have school lunch. It's gross. And I don't want to be at school. And I don't want to go with my friends and whatever. Nick's like, that's fine, but I'm not paying for your lunch. if you don't want school lunch, then you can figure out how to pay for lunch. And when you're a kid in high school and you're going out to lunch every day, you know, $5 a day really adds up. But he always refused. He said, I'm not eating lunch at school. There's no way. And he wouldn't take his lunch either because, you know, it's not what all of his friends do. So, really funny thing. So I think the beginning of his freshman year, before we realized he wasn't going to eat school lunch, he was too cool all of a sudden. We put $50 in his account. When Sam was a senior graduating from high school, we had an email from the school. So your son has a balance of $50 in his school lunch account. What would you like to do with that? And I said, one of the options was you could like forward it to maybe someone that needed help paying for school lunch. And so we did that, but it was so funny that literally the entire balance was still there because Sam, no school lunch. All right. We'll start talking about our list in a minute. Meanwhile, I've just been chit-chatting away. Okay, school lunch. But I will add some stickers because, you know, stickers are fun. This little guy is so cute, this little wiener dog. Maybe. Taco. The taco's cute, though. I'm not sure how this will work if I have a couple of different ones. Maybe. The avocado is cute. It doesn't matter that they have party hats on. They're excited. There we go. That'll work. Okay. So now I need more color. I am coming in to this guy. No, not this guy. I'm coming into the Tabs sticker tablet. So the Tabs sticker tablet, my favorite stickers in the Tabs sticker tablet that always get totally overlooked because they're not really a sticker. Well, they are, but they are the hole reinforcers. So the hole reinforcers, these are the little stickers that you peel off that you put around holes. Like if you are working in a snap binder or something like that and you want to take your sticker and put it around the hole so the hole don't tear, right? So there you go. There's the donut. But the donut hole is just as important as the donut, right? The donut hole is what is left over after the donut is gone. And that's what you see right there. You see the donut holes. That's what I call them. So I like to use those little guys, the donut holes or the centers of the hole reinforcer stickers, as my little bullets when I'm making my list. So that's what I'm going to do here. So let's just start out with, should we go in rainbow order? Why not? But there's a little bit of red. I guess I could start with red. No. Maybe this one, this little pink one. That'll be fine as I go on rainbow. So let's see. I have, oh, see, this is an interesting thing. I don't have many. I have 4. So I'm going to start writing and then I'll put my next bullet on. And here's the thing with your lists, they don't always have to be lots and lots and lots of things on your list. Your list could just be maybe 2 or 3 things, but these are your lists about school lunch, or this is your list about your favorite ice cream flavor. And maybe, ooh, that would be a good one. Okay, just thought of a new list idea. I need to add that though, because favorite ice cream flavor. Oh, we're getting some good discussions about that, I'm sure. Okay, but maybe you really only have 2. Maybe you only like vanilla and then you like Starlight Mint. And so those are the only 2. So your list would only have 2 things instead of lots of things. Taco dog, I missed something. I totally missed something. A hot dog inside a taco shell. Oh boy, the taco dog. But I bet the kids loved it, right? The kids loved it. Okay. I know, and so I have to say one more thing. Mary Lee, School lunch is different now, right? Because sometimes they have outside vendors that come in, or you have huge salad bars, or, all different kinds of things. Back when we were in school, at least when I was in school, Michelle Obama had not hit the White House yet and had not kind of put forth the school lunch program, needing it to be healthy for kids and have vegetables. Well, I think the school lunches always had vegetables, but they were probably not very good. All right, so we had my school. Now, I'm not that old, so this is going to sound funny because when I told Nick this morning and he was like, well, we just had plastic trays. We had aluminum, and if you are from Australia, aluminium. The aluminum divided lunch trays. Okay, so ours were aluminum. I don't know why, but I love the little divided lunch trays because, and now when I say aluminum, I don't mean like a TV dinner aluminum. I mean like aluminum, the metal trays, yes. But I liked those kind of trays because I do not like my food to touch. Like in the TV dinners, like way back when I was a little kid and my parents would be going out on a date or something and they'd make us TV dinners before the babysitter got there. I hated it, like when the apple cobbler like oozed over into the green beans, right? I can't stand for things to touch. If I have pancakes and bacon, the bacon cannot touch the syrup. So I liked the divided lunch trays. But in my head, when I was thinking about this list, those aluminum trays totally stood out. They totally stood out. The next thing, again, this is going to make it sound like I'm like older than the hills. I'm really not. I mean, I'm oldish, but not older than the hills. And this was another thing Nick reminded me of. So here's a little thing. If you have friends or, you have friends or family, and you are having a hard time thinking of one of these things, maybe talk to them about it. And it's kind of fun to talk with each other about, oh my gosh, school lunch. What do you remember about school lunch? Or what were your favorite school lunches? Because interesting things come up. Nick reminded me of this. So lunches were 80 cents. 80 cents. And you could buy an extra milk for 10 cents. 80 cents. Can you imagine how many dimes the school had to have to give back change and how many dimes were lost? That would be a great thing back then to have a little donate your dimes to, to charity or whatever. Kids could just throw their dimes in a little bucket. All right, so aluminum divided lunch trays. Lunches were 80 cents. You could buy an extra milk for 10 cents. Now, what I remember about the little milk cartons that were like this big, right? Sometimes it would just open up right away. Other times you couldn't get it open and you're fighting with it, and then all the wax would start to come off on your hands and it would get all bent, and that's what I remember. All right. The next one. This is just a weird one. You guys, nobody tells us what should pop in our head when we remember. The lunch ladies serving the food with plastic gloves and their hairnets. And I don't know if they still do that. Debbie, in high school, open campus. Yeah, as soon as someone got their license, you're out of there, right? Everybody's out there. Freshman year, the cafeteria fave was po' boy. Oh, po' boy sandwiches. 41 cents. Elementary, 1/4, 1 time, 1 nickel, 1 penny. Oh, that's clever, right? That is really clever. 41 cents. You help the kids kind of learn how to count. Buying chocolate milk. Oh. Isn't that interesting that the chocolate milk they were in bags from a dairy nearby. That's really cool. All right, so my last one, right on Yellow Green, was my favorite school lunch. And I think a couple people I saw mentioned this. The best school lunch was always the square pizza. Because the square pizza fit in the little, the square pizzas fit in the little trays, right? And I'm sure square pizza a lot easier to serve the kids and to cut up. Yeah, I'm sure they probably wear masks. Frozen flavored ice in paper triangle type box. Maybe. That's kind of ringing a bell. But it's like they're fuzzy somewhere, so I'm not sure where. It is in the back of my head. All right, so that was quick, you guys. That was a fast, that was a much quicker list than what I normally do, but they don't all have to be super lengthy. That one, I think, well, I don't think, I know. That one was quicker because it was only 1 page instead of 2, right? Okay, let's see. I would like to date that. So we're going to date it on the little wiener dog. I think he's supposed to be a hot dog. He looks like a corn dog. October 2020. All right. So now we're on to our next list. Okay. So for our next list, one of the things that I like, well, I've always written to-do lists. Always written to-do lists. And a number of years ago, I started decorating to-do lists. And I know that sounds crazy, so please bear with me for a second before you think I've totally gone off the deep end, because I haven't. I've talked a lot about how I need creative outlets. Now, one of the things I love so much about these classes that we do is that these are definitely a creative outlet for me. So this is, you guys, for me to have 2 or 3 hours of just creative play for myself, and that's what this is. This is just creative play for myself every week. That is huge. But it is time that I have had to obviously dedicate, right? And a lot of times if we want to be creative or we have a hobby, it's time that we have to dedicate or else it won't happen. I've always been a creative person. I've always loved to play with stickers and all different kinds of things since I was a little kid. And so when I don't get any creative time in, I can tell that I need it. So, a number of years ago, I'll tell you when, maybe 2015. So starting 5 years ago, that's really when I started using Traveler's Notebooks. I started decorating some of my to-do lists. And really it had nothing to do with the to-do list. It had more to do with getting that creative time or that creative play in. So if you have caught but if you've caught my first, I think it was actually maybe the very first Traveler's Notebook, Intro to Traveler's Notebook video I did on March 21st. I'll never forget that day because of COVID. This is one of the Traveler's Notebooks I showed. I showed how you can decorate your to-do lists. But again, this is more about being creative than being silly and decorating a to-do list. So it started out, I just was keeping my to-do list in one place. And I put a little washi, a few stickers, a few stamps. Nothing special. Sometimes on leftover, I'd take leftover sticker sheets that I had and just throw some stickers on there. But then I started getting a little bit more involved. Everything's dated, and the dated we've talked about, why that's so important. So this guy was 2015. Why the dating was so important is because this is not only a to-do list, but it's also kind of a cool time capsule, right? Like I can go back to this in 20 years and be like, oh my gosh, what was I doing on March 1st, 2016? It's interesting to kind of see how our day-to-day may be changing from year to year or not century to century. That made no sense. Although we have lived in we've lived in the 1900s and the 2000s, right? So, but anyhow, and I thought, this could be kind of cool one day for one of my kids or grandkids, if I ever have grandkids or something like that, to come back and see, geez, what was she doing back then? What was going on? Wash the car. They had to wash the car, like it wouldn't automatically wash itself. things like that. So, but then I started saying, you know what? I would really like to have fun. And so I'm going to get out more of my supplies and I would decorate a to-do list. Well, I'd really decorate a page in a traveler's notebook. And then I would add my to-do list. So that is what we are going to do for our last list today. It's a to-do list, and it can be whatever you have on your to-do list. It doesn't matter if it's things that you want to read, although I would save that because we'll have a books I want to read list coming. Although it could be whatever you want. Chores that you need to get done around the house this weekend, different house projects that you want to work on over time. But these are just different lists. Now, what's kind of fun about something like this, and I remember this list. So this, I was in a sorority in high school. I was a sorority in college. And back in 2016, I was having some of my sorority sisters over for like a holiday get together. And this is just a list that I made of things that I wanted to do before everybody came over. And I happened to post this on Instagram. And what was really cool, I remember, Allie Edwards commented on this list and she's like, oh my gosh, you are an Alpha Chi. I was an Alpha Chi too. So something that we had in common that we never would have realized that we had in common if I had not kind of shared this little list. So you'll never know what your little list making, your to-do lists even, might, produce. And then sometimes I'll decide I want to play. Like here, I decided to play with a little bit of watercolors. On the left, not my favorite. But you know what? I played with watercolors. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see how those work now. And I don't know if I like them or not. The nice thing was, though, it wasn't a complete waste of time because then I wrote my list over it. So sometimes playing with inks and watercolors and different mediums, it's a little bit easier and less intimidating if you're playing in a little format like this as opposed to, something different. I did finger paints here. That was really fun. So just used my finger to make little flowers. So just lots of these were all to-do lists, you guys, all different to-do lists. And it's kind of fun to be able to go back and look at some of these and go, oh, look. May 29th, 2017. Oh, I was getting ready to go teach at Treasured Memory. So these were all the things I needed to do before then. So this is interesting. This list, May 28th, 2017. Oh, okay, I know what it is now. I had to read this. Cut pineapple tops and cut pineapple bases. I'm like, wait a minute, what? What am I doing? Cutting? Oh yeah, that was for a kit. My silhouette, a class I was teaching. My silhouette, I needed to cut the pineapple tops for the cover and the pineapple bases. Anyhow, just kind of interesting. But they go, right? So different lists. This was a packing list. So lots of different ways that you can have your to-do lists. So the last one that I looked at before we started this morning was this one. And I went, oh my gosh, I loved this one. I loved this list because it was just a whole bunch of stuff that I pulled out of my stash. Nothing came from the same collection. I just started putting stuff down. And that reminded me, you know what? Next time we do our list making session, I want to go back to this a little bit where it's just kind of a whole bunch of different stuff that's mixed and matched. Because I thought it might be kind of fun to show how you can mix and match a bunch of different things from different collections when we do a list. All right, so those to-do lists, some different ideas for to-do lists. This is going to be my to-do list. And Brooke, you're right. It does show my progression. Absolutely. This list is, and it is right here ahead of time. These are the videos that I need to record. So that's my to-do list. And that to-do list won't all be done in one day or one weekend or probably 1 month, but that is what my to-do list is going to be. Mary Lee, you're an Alpha Chi too. Look how fun that is. All right. So for this one, I have pulled out just a couple different things. I pulled out, well, let's see, the base. What I want to start out for the base is this. This is a brand new 6x8 pad that I brought in to my website. And I took a leap of faith on this one because I couldn't see the inside pages, and that drove me crazy. All I could see here were these little were all these little rainbow things. And I'm like, okay, so do all the pages have all these crazy rainbows on them together, or what do the pages look like? But I was so happy when it came in the mail because I want to show you guys this. There are, and you guys know I like my rainbows. I use rainbows a lot in lists, but look how fun. There are, let me see, 36 sheets, so 3 each of 12 different designs. So you have 3 of that rainbow. You have 3 of the smaller horizontal rainbow. So some of them would make great background pages like that, but this guy is actually the one that I'm going to use. And then we'll take a look at the rest of the pad. But while I'm here, I will grab that out. It's actually really nice, thick. That's good. Thick cardstock. What's interesting is this is way thicker than the cover. The cover's like printed on paper, but that's thick. So let's look at a couple more of those. Oh, look at that. It's different. Okay. Look at the vertical stripe, the vertical rainbow. Oh, we already saw that one. There are a couple in here. This one I love, right? Just the white in between the stripes. Vertical, diagonal. Bigger, chunkier or horizontal. But look at these. How fun is that? Wouldn't that make a really cool like background for a list? And then this one with the white. Oh, the white and the color, it just pops. So, and then these are fun too. So that is the rainbow 6x8 pad that I've linked in the description of the video. So this is going to be the base of my list. Now, I'm actually going to write my list on here too. I'm not a huge purple fan, so when I trim this, I'm just going to trim from the bottom. My other option for that would be to cut a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom, but I'd rather keep the pink. So I want this to be just slightly smaller. So my page, my inserts are 8.25, so let's make this 8. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit. We'll just see a little tiny bit of white. All right, then, I know, Kim, so you know what I really need to do that tells me, because if I thought it and you thought it, I need to take my pad and pull all those papers out, and I need to do a photo so people can see what those papers look like, because it does not do it justice. All right, so now I am 5 inches wide, but I only cut off a quarter, so we'll go to 4 1/4. So if I do 4 1/4 by 8, I'm sorry, 4 3/4 by 8, 4 3/4 by 8, that will give me a nice, just a little tiny bit of a white border. Now, here's the thing with this, I would not throw this away, because this could make a really super cute just accent on a list, like right there along the side of my page. I wouldn't do it here because they're too similar, matchy-matchy. But let me see, because I think I did something like that. Let's look. Where did I do that? I want to say it's the purse page. Oh, okay, kind of similar, right? So doing a vertical little strip along the side. Wouldn't that be fun just to take like that, and then you have just a nice little accent for one of your lists. So don't always feel like you have to throw away these little papers that you have left over. This actually, I have a little bit more left over here because these pads are 5.5 by 8.5. The reason why they're 5.5 by 8.5 is that you can just fold them in half and you have a nice card base. Well, before you've trimmed it like I did. So I will be saving that for sure. And to save that, will want it to stay in here. So, oh yes, you know what? That could totally be the place you check it off. All right, there we go. Let's get this out of the way now. Oopsie. Okay, so yeah, that's really nice sturdy cardstock. I think this pad is definitely intended for card makers, but around the corners. So, to-do list. Are you doing a to-do list with me? If so, what's on your to-do list? Are you doing a to-do list of things you have to do today? Things you have to do this weekend? Things that you just have to do? Things you want to do? Because a to-do list doesn't have to be have to do, right? I just said have to. To-do list can be things that you want to do. I think, actually not that. I will come back to, I'm going to use a black title here because I need, put some of these away. There we go, black title. Ooh. Maybe snarky, maybe small talk. Okay, I'm gonna save these two out as well. I'll need a little bit of white to balance. Okay, so I will do, I'm going to do a black title. Outline first. So I'm killing two birds with one stone right here, right? I am making a list of videos that I need to record, but I'm also having fun doing it so that later when I'm like, oh yeah, what did I want to record? Then I have it here. So I think I will use these big letters. You from Mini Sam. Kim, your happy mail arrived. Oh, good. Oh, good. I love Happy Mail, right? Even Amazon Happy Mail. Even if it's like cat food, it's still Happy Mail. VID. So I'm not calling this one to do. I'm just titling it. Actually, I'm going to do something different. There is too much color. I know that said no one ever, right? But there's too much color there. And that's too much color for what else I know that I also want to do. So bear with me a sec. Okay. We're going to come in and make a little banner that's going to go right here. And when I say banner, I mean it's going to have a little notch in it like this. Actually, before I do that, I am going to put my stickers down because that will be too long, I bet. VIDEOS. It's pretty colorful. I wish there were little white lines between all of those little rainbows. EOS. Videos, right? Videos. S. Yes, to do, to done. I know, right? To done. That's like the best type of list. To done list. We've talked about to-do lists before and how you should put things on your to-do list that you've already done. I am a big proponent of that. Absolutely. Because there's something that happens when we check something off of our to-do list, right? There's like, we get a little endorphin, a little rush of like happiness to the brain. It's like a sense of accomplishment, right? So put things on your list that you've already done. Like get up in the morning, drink your coffee, brush your teeth. No, but you know what? One of my favorite things to do when I go run errands. Well, it seems like it's been forever since I've run errands. When I run errands, I will just on a piece of scratch paper write everywhere I need to go, and then literally after I go every place, I kid you not, I cross it off on my list. And that list just ends up going in the garbage when I get home. But I love that to see all the places I've been and you get the feeling of accomplishment. And you're like, okay, what next? It drives me. So I like it. Oh, I just thought of something. when I hopped off really quick and I jumped on Instagram to tell people to go to the link go to link to find the video. I did it in all caps. And so maybe people thought I was yelling, like, duh, go to the link in the video. Because, yeah, that would be weird. I would feel bad. Oh, well. I'll just have to make sure they know me, right? They know I wouldn't be yelling and be mad at them like that, right? Oh, margarita. Oh, that sounds good, a margarita. You are making a list dashboard next using wet erase markers. So, friends, I did a video a while back, and it was the dashboard video. I will try to remember to come back in and include the link in the description below, where we did some things with, we made dashboards and we used wet erase markers. So you have a reusable kind of to-do list. So that's a really fun one. You laminate your paper. Week 12, thank you, Margarita. So week 12, oh, Veronica, I'm glad you didn't think I was yelling. So week 12, that video, but it's really fun on how you could make a like reusable to-do list laminating. And I don't know, I bought a laminating machine off of Amazon for like $20 or something. So super affordable. All right, videos. There is a lot of color here, a lot, which normally, well, I like color, but that's a lot. This was my thought. My thought was that I was going to try, I don't know if this will work. I don't even know if I have the right colors to do this. These are the sunshine stickers. What I thought might be kind of fun would be to put a word in each of those little guys. I know I don't have a purple, so I'll have to figure out something there. To put a word in each of those little guys and then write more next to it on what I needed to do. So let's see. Okay, I have more on my list that I need to do than will fit. That's okay, because I will figure it out. Okay, so the first one is going to be, and here's the deal. These are not, oh, what are we listing? It's a to-do list, Kim. So just something that you need to do, a to-do list. So what mine is videos that I need to record. Yes. So the first one is, and these are not in order of how I will do them. This is a T-O. I love these letter stickers. They're so fun. It's just such like a fun, whimsical, just a fun, whimsical font. And it's the sunshine. I've linked to these down below. T-O-U-R, tour. I need to do a tour of my craft room because lots of people have asked for that. Now, the only problem with that one is it has to be clean first, and it is not clean. Oh, yeah, that would work, Kathy. I could use a vellum overlay, right? I could. I don't have one handy. But that is a great idea. So if anyone is using something like that and there's a lot of color on it, that would be a great way to break it up. Another way to break it up would be to come in and separate, just cut apart those little things and then add your own, you know, if I just stripped them right there. Okay, tour. That would be a tour. A tour of my craft room. Guess I'd better clean it first. Okay, tour. The next one, I need to do a list flip through. So this one will be list. L. This also, if you're doing something like this where you're using different letter stickers, if you do a rainbow like this, or if you do just all the same solid color but different fonts, maybe you decide to do something like this in all black. You could do this in all black, but use a whole bunch of different, mix your fonts. So mix different fonts of your letter stickers. So list, let's see, this would be a flip through video of my listing traveler's notebook. In the description of the video, towards the very, very, very bottom, very, very, very bottom, a link, well, several links to 2 different videos that I have done of my Listers Got a List lists. So Listers Got a List was something that the Reset Girl, Corey Speaker, did way back 5 years ago. And I have flipped through videos of both of the ones that I did. So there are, I don't know, probably at least 100 different lists that you could see different layouts and different examples. But that is the link to that video is listed in the bottom of the very bottom of the description of the video. Veronica put together a TN tote, basic listing essentials. So it's interesting. Veronica, it's like you're in my head today because you, I think you or someone asked about how I store my filled TNs. Right above that, I had my favorite tools on there. So I will kind of think about something like that. That would be trying to put together like my favorites. That's a great idea. How to set up and make a crafty YouTube video, equipment list and step-by-step finishing and uploading. Oh heavens, that is a good one. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna do filming videos. I'm just now going to make this on my other little list right here, and then I saw something else. DTT. Oh yes, the Epson printer one. Yes, that one I definitely need to do. I've been talking about that one for a while, Sheila, so I for sure need to do that one. Absolutely. I think since I don't have a purple, I think we'll do white for the purple. Tour list. So I have a whole bunch of storage videos, but so I think what I might need, we'll see. I'm going to see how I'm going to do that. Another one is I need to do a flip through of my second coronavirus traveler's notebook. So I'm just going to call this one COVID. Oh, that white will be good to just kind of pop. C-O-V, V, 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 V. Don't use V very often. Although these days, probably use all the V's if you're doing any kind of coronavirus related documenting, because if you do COVID or if you do virus or COVID. Okay, so COVID, that is a flip through of my second coronavirus traveler's notebook. So what's interesting, very beginning of the video when I was talking about the emergency alert that came on all the phones in Utah yesterday, I screenshot that because I will include that in my traveler's notebook because that's something that's very current, that screenshot. You don't see things like that happen very often, right? Debbie's Therapy. These are the Sunshine alphabet stickers, and I have linked to these in the description of the video down below. There are 12 different colors that I carry. There's tons of good options. Yes, Doodlebug Sunshine. You get, I don't remember how many. I think I think it says it in the description of the video. So let's see if we do this one or pink. I think we might use that coral because there's actually a couple different pinks. There's bubblegum and there is cupcake. So bubblegum is way too bright for that little spot. I think the coral is it. The next one is, let me mark off my list over here, but not to be confused with, I'm just marking them off this list because I have them on this list, not because they're done. I wish they were, but I need to do this one because this one has been out there for a long time. Epson. No, I'll call it printer. Printer. P. Oh yeah, that goes really well. I like how they're kind of, some of them, well, especially this one, just really blends in. It's just, you can barely see it, but that's kind of fun. P-R-I-N-T-R. And I'll mention this again at the end. I have to figure out, you guys, what in the world, how things are going to work this coming weekend, next weekend. So today's October 31st, if you happen to be watching it after the fact, so you'll know what next weekend is. Next weekend is the 6th and 7th. Anyhow, next weekend. I will not be here. I will be back in San Diego again. I will be teaching at a virtual retreat. Now, I know it sounds weird that I would go somewhere else to teach at a virtual retreat because, hello, isn't virtual? However, and my friend Lizzie has been on a couple times, and I've mentioned her. Every year, I think this is the 4th year, she does a Christmas bash. And normally I go to San Diego and I teach. That's how I know Anna. Normally I go to San Diego and I teach at this Christmas bash in person, but this is not happening this year in person. So I am going to do it virtually, but Lizzie and I will be together and we've got lots of fun things planned as we are doing it virtually. So that's why I'm going. So I will be gone Thursday through Monday. Oh, Crop and Create is next weekend. That'll be awesome. So I will not, I have to figure out how we're going to do that. It'll probably end up being a pre-recorded again, you guys. And I know the pre-records aren't as fun, but at least that way that you still have Saturdays. And if I can chime in, I will, but I don't think I'll be able to chime in on that one like I did last weekend. The 2 weekends after that, I will also be out of town teaching virtually, but I will be up in Spokane, the Spokane area, teaching for 3 craft chicks. Their 'Twas the Night Before Christmas retreat. Again, virtual, but we'll be there together because it just makes it easier and more fun to do that. But I am doing, some of you remember from this summer when I was up there in July, I actually did our live listing session, our memory keeping session, I think it was, from there. So we'll be doing that live. Anyhow. Okay, so printer. A how-to on how to use the Epson PictureMate PM400, which is my go-to. Okay, tour list COVID printer. Orange. This is going to be tools. A favorite tools. I want to do a video about my favorite tools. And when I mean tools, I don't mean like stuff in the garage. I mean like my crafting tools, like my little tweezers that I use, and my little fussy cutting scissors, and my corner rounders, and different things like that. Because there's always lots of questions about what do you use for this, and why do you like that, and how does that one work, and tools. Okay. I know I can already tell I'm going to have to bring in some, I was trying to not use any like cute, fun little sticker. And it just needs to be cutified somewhere. Cutified. Like a cutie, cutified tools. An up close look at my favorite
crafting tools.
Okay. Next one is, all of these are going to be in storage. But those storage, so, okay, the next one, yellow. The next one is going to be, I have to think about how to word this. This one is just going to be called, it might look a little weird, but that's okay. T ends. Because something that I didn't know until recently, until I started using more Doodlebug products, is that Doodlebug has a core set of colors. And I think they told me there are 12 standard maybe, and then there are like 6 others that kind of come in and come out of the frame depending on what is going on. What's nice about that is their 12 core colors, they do in everything. So their stickers, when they do their collections, so let's say some of you may have done either the dog or the cat mini book kit that I did. Oh no, that was Bella, never mind. When Doodlebug does their paper collections, they'll use, for example, this yellow is Bumblebee. So the yellow that they use will be that Bumblebee yellow or the tangerine. So when you have little clips like this, little mini paper clips, that is tangerine. And these stickers are also tangerine. So you can kind of start to get a feel for their different colors and what goes together, which I think is so fun. Also, I was going to use these. I was going to use some of this, the washi on my last list, but it didn't happen. There was just not enough room after I put those little characters on. But these little guys, there's scalloped washi tape. Those are all of their colors. And then the stripe assortment, also all of their colors. So those are just good things to have around because they are just good, solid colors. And in those little stacks, you get all the colors. Okay, TN. So this one, Veronica, I think, how to store in process and completed traveler's notebooks. Okay, so we're now back to green. So, oh, I need to put something right here because it's going to bug me. I need to put a little something right there. And just because I happen to have these on the ground, one side of them, these were hey, hello, little hey, hello stickers. So let's see what will fit. Maybe. But then I need something up here too. Don't stick. Okay. Woo, that was almost tough. I need the other half of this sheet because I know there's more stickers on it. I need the other half. Where's the other half? Now, why would only one half be on the floor? Like literally, you guys, the biggest piles ever. I'm looking through the pile again, so bear with me. These piles are all in a tray for some reason. Oh, here we go. Yay! Okay, here's the other half. Oh, fox is cute. I don't know, the fox doesn't really go though. Huh. Fox doesn't really go. Yeah, no fox. It just needs something. Needs something. Actually, I think I like this sticker better. This flower sticker. Debbie, I do remember. Debbie just asked, before Simple Stories exploded, there was, not exploded in a bad way, before they really, really grew, there was a group where you could be a consultant. And MemoryWorks was called MemoryWorks. That's funny. I mean, not funny, but yes, MemoryWorks. So they did a consultant type business before they started producing scrapbook collections. And it was called MemoryWorks. And they would basically, it was kind of like a Pampered Chef, you know, or Avon, or, you know, any of those things. Golly, it's just not, it is just not, it's just not coming to me. Let's see. Oh, now I'm sidetracked, so hang on. I gotta figure this out. Nope. Just put that back there. I'd really like one of these guys, but they're just too tall. Actually, that could probably work there. And then I do my other list there. But if I do that, you won't be able to see my things anymore, so that won't work. Okay, I just have to get over it. I'm just doing this because really, we all don't want to be here all day, right? Like, just stick a sticker down. Oh, frozen, sorry. All right, I fixed us. That actually worked well that was frozen, you guys, because my phone was telling me it's getting low on battery. So let me just do this. Oh, is this done? Hang on, excuse me. Excuse my reach, please, and my hair in the way. Yep, okay. We'll see how long it lasts us. I think we're good. Yeah? Are we good? Are we good? Yeah, okay. It was just my phone telling me that it was almost out of battery. Well, down to like 20% low battery. So what you didn't miss was me putting a bunch of stickers and going, yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. So that's what I ended up with, was that little guy right there. So it'll work. It's not perfect, but it works. It will work. I don't know where this guy came from now. Oh, there we go. Okay, everyone's back. Yep. Yeah, it was me, not you guys. It was me. So getting out and getting back in normally helps, but that would not have helped because it was me. Where'd my scissors go? Lost all different kinds of things here. Just a few flowers. He just has a few. The flower store was out of flowers, or the other half died. Okay. We'll do this up here. Ew. Sorry. So kind of this whole rainbow thing is a little bit similar to the memory keeping one that I did with the tree photo last week. Nope, not that one. Well, wherever it went. So this one, where I do kind of that tone on tone, right? Where I'm blending things in. So all those colors kind of worked with all the rainbow stripes. So similar here, where the colors work with the rainbow stripes, but totally different, right? Totally, totally different. All right. The green one will be, the green one, those are going to be my storage videos. So this is going to be called storage. That is funny, Marilyn, that you sold, yep. MemoryWorks, yep. Simple Stories, same people. The reason, actually, this is kind of interesting while I spell storage. The reason that, so Amber and Kevin, husband, wife, Crowell, Amber and Kevin Crowell that owns Simple Stories. The reason why they started Simple Stories in the first place was because with the MemoryWorks business, so that was a consultant business, they would buy product from other manufacturers and they would kit it together. So maybe like 6 papers and stickers and things like that. And then they would make a catalog and they would have consultants, and the consultants would have parties. And then, you know, the people would order the product and all that. Well, what started happening was the MemoryWorks grew and they were having trouble getting enough product to be able to do that. So they decided to release a line of their own product. And when they first did that, it was actually exclusive only to the MemoryWorks consultants. And then so many people kept saying, oh, we want that, we want that. They decided to start Simple Stories and release their first scrapbook collection. Oh my gosh, that's been many years ago now. And then over the years, Simple Stories grew so much that they actually stopped doing MemoryWorks because it was just too much to try to do both things. Okay, storage. So these are the storage videos. This is like a list within a list. A list within a list. I know, it makes us all feel old, right? Hang on a sec. I know I've missed all different kinds of things, you guys. Okay, so I always like to mention, if you leave a comment and I don't respond back, please just know that that's not you. It's just that I probably didn't see it, or I saw it and then got sidetracked. So my storage videos that I need to do, there's a lot. This is a whole other list. So these are stamps and inks. We'll write really little. Die cuts. And stickers, paper pads, oh no, paper and pads, tools, washi, okay, those are what I have on my list of storage videos that I need to do. Just different ways that I store all of my crafting products. I get tons of questions about that. What is that? What do you use? How do you do that? How do you store? How do you keep track of? And for me, that is always an ever evolving. It's definitely an ever evolving. No, that won't work. Okay. So then the last one, and that will actually also be my, I could do one more that's like my fave org tools. My favorite organization tools, or things that I use to store. All right, so, oh, I know. Okay, the last one. I think Karen, one of the Karens, Karen said, yes, Carol, washi. So Veronica, it's a brain dump, right? It's absolutely a brain dump. So it's serving two purposes, right? It's helping me to get it out of my head, because I think so many times, you guys, these things float around in our head. And while things are floating around in our head, it's too much. There's only so much our brains can store, because half of our brains are storing lyrics from Bee Gees videos from 1978, right? If we could only like push those things out and push the things in that we know we need. But so that is a great way to be creative at the same time, but to also get some of that stuff out of your head and on paper. And here's the thing. If I never get to all of these, oh, it is, Colleen, it's my angel time. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Where did those go? Oh, yes. And sometimes if you never get to the things on your to-do list, guess what? That's okay, right? That is A-okay. Oh yeah, video. Maybe I'll say filming. I'll put that on there, the filming. What about that one? I'll use this different one now. I'll use the different blue. So as I'm just now spelling those out, as I'm spelling filming out, when I teach Traveler's Notebook classes in person, I, for a couple of years in a row, was teaching some really basic, like intro to Traveler's Notebooks classes at the Pinners Conference. Pinners Conference is, well, I'll just say the Pinners Conference, because If you want to know more about the Pinners Conference, then Google and you'll find out more about it. Anyhow, when I was working for Simple Stories and Carpe Diem, I did classes about Intro to Traveler's Notebooks. And it would be kind of a similar version of what I did in the very, very first Intro to Traveler's Notebook video here on my YouTube channel, where I talk about all the different things that you could use Traveler's Notebooks for. And I tell you what, I visibly saw people in that audience because those were, I think that was a free class. And then you could buy a kit if you wanted, but it was a free class. So there were a lot of people in the classes. A couple hundred people would be in the classes, or however many the place would fit. But people would look at me sometimes like I had two heads. Like, are you kidding? You like actually like decorate your to-do lists? And here's the thing with that, you guys. This to me is crafting, right? I don't decorate every one of my to-do lists, but if I feel like I want to get a little bit of crafting in, this is a way that I can be productive by making a to-do list and also do my crafting at the same time. So, they always say you make time for what's important to you. So if somebody says, I can't believe you spent all that time crocheting or knitting or making little villages out of tiny people or making lists, whatever it is, you make time for the things that are important to you, right? So don't let anybody, when they tell you that they can't believe that you have the time to do that. It's not that you have the time, you make the time, right? Yes, you do you. Let's see here. Video on how to film videos for YouTube and equipment to use. All right. I will already tell you what's going to happen because I know. That little block up there is going to have to change because now it's too blocky. It was okay before, but now that that guy's on there, it's too blocky. So I'll do something with it. I don't know what. Okay, I need to date it, but I also was thinking about putting one of these strips in. These are the snarky strips, but I just don't think I have room. I wanted to get a white strip in there somewhere, but now if I put it there, then I would have to figure out where to put my date. So let's see. Look at, we've used lots of these. These are just so great for sometimes when you need, when you just need a little bit of something. But I think this one's too long. Good things are going to happen. That could maybe go there. Okay. That will go there, but this is still going to change. So this is what we'll do, you guys. When we get together next week, I will show you how this one changed because it will change. There's one more thing I wanted to show you, and I did not get to, I didn't use it. But we talked about Happy Mail before, and I like Happy Mail just as much as you guys. I ordered this stamp off of scrapbook.com. And I have linked to it in the description of the video. I actually went to order some of these for my store, but the opening order with the manufacturer that makes these is much higher than I would like to spend at this time. So this is a roller stamp from Allie Edwards. And they are, you guys, we're familiar with our roller stamps, right? We use the roller stamp, the date stamp all the time, but this one has different little sayings on it. And what I love about it, I will stamp a few of these out just so we can see. They are larger. So they're larger than your typical stamp. So let me just take this little guy just to show. This one is a really small. So that one says, remember this, okay? That's just a regular old like roller stamp. So this guy, this one says, so much love. So look how much bigger, right? This one says, remember this. Oh, I didn't do that very well. This one says, fantastic memory. So I love that they are larger. And sometimes you just need a larger like that, right? This one says, "This is life." So this is an Allie Edwards stamp that I bought. Don't pay any attention to that right there. Look at this one, that one. That would be good for our this and that lists. I love this one too. He said, she said. Anyhow, this one I just got at scrapbook.com, and I have linked to that in the description of the video because I don't think I will bring them in to the store just because I'd have to order lots more or order a lot of these in order to bring it in. So there you go. But I wanted to show you that. I will use that probably next week. Okay, friends, I am going to, oh gosh, you know what? And now I have ink all over my hands. And, well, let's just hope. I'm going to turn off the lights. I am going to flip the camera. And let's hope I don't have black ink all over my face. And if I do, guess what? It's Halloween, so that's part of my costume. That's what I'm going with. All right. Okay, guys, there we go. 3 lists that we worked on. Hopefully you were able to get some listing done today, or some crafting, or some relaxing, or some cleaning of your house while you're listening, whatever it is that you were doing today while we were playing. If you had to watch the replay and you made it to the very end, I'm so sorry. So sorry about you not being able to find the video. I apologize. I will make sure that that does not happen again. All right, so earlier in the video, I mentioned that I will be out of town again this weekend teaching at a virtual event. So I will try to pre-record ahead of time. And the pre-record, we will do lists again. So we are back to lists, mostly lists, and every once in a while we'll do memory keeping. But we are back to listing. So make sure, just in case something like this happens again, hopefully it doesn't, crossing fingers, make sure that you are either subscribed to my YouTube channel here or that you receive my emails, because either way you would receive notification that the video was coming, our class was coming, since it's unlisted because I made a boo-boo. Okay, friends, it's the weekend. It's Halloween. So be safe. Please be safe, because sometimes people get crazy on Halloween, even if you're outside. Be safe. Wear your mask. So wear your Halloween mask, but also wear your mask. Here's another thing. Super important. Vote. Vote, vote, vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for. You do you, like we like to say. You do you. You vote who you'd like to vote for. Very big election. Well, lots of elections coming up next week in the U.S. There are senator elections. There are local governments, but it's our presidential election. So please, please, please vote. It's so important. It is one of your rights that people fought very much for. So please, please, please vote. And it's important that you vote early because there are a lot of people, like record number of people voting this year. So vote early so your vote counts. Everyone be safe. Take care. And I will see you one way or another next week. Thanks, friends. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm going to go back and watch the comments too. So I can see what you guys are saying. Bye-bye.